And I remember thinking, that's fascinating because they don't know what it's going to sound like yet. But they're invested. So at this point, going into One Direction when I was 18, growing up in the north of England, it's like real, it's kind of like snobby musically, there's like real music and then there's boy bands, So having that kind of feeling going into it was that was why it was easy to kind of push against some of these old school ideas, because they were the ideas that the reasons I didn't like these bands is because they all looked the same and because they all felt very kind of PR pressed, It was always a really interesting project for me to try and to look at One Direction and think, well, how could we make this a little cooler? I remember the real turning point in One Direction was when we put up the pre-order for our first single, What Makes You Beautiful. I can't remember the number, how much we sold that week, but we broke some record, right, at the pre-order, and we got told this, and we'd not released any music at this point. And I remember thinking, that's fascinating because they don't know what it's going to sound like yet, but they're invested. That felt like power early on. And it also felt like that we could rewrite the rule book because people were invested in us as much, if not more, than the music.